A husband just told his pregnant wife he dreams about other women on camera in front of millions. She smiled, said, "We listen and we don't judge." Then her face cracked. That video has 15 million views, and it's destroying relationships across the internet. This is the "we listen and we don't judge" trend. Millions are confessing their worst secrets to cameras, not therapists. And I'm about to show you the psychology of why confession feels so good, why you're doing it wrong, and why this trend is causing more breakups than it's fixing. Here's how it works. Two people sit side by side, couple, best friends, siblings, doesn't matter. They look at the camera and say in unison, "We listen and we don't judge." Then they take turns confessing secrets, things they've hidden, things they've done behind each other's backs, things that would normally start a fight. The rule: you can't react, you can't judge, you just sit there and take it. Sounds therapeutic, right? One woman found out her boyfriend has been lying about working Fridays. He's been going to shisha bars instead. Another guy admitted he's been using his girlfriend's expensive shampoo for months. She was pissed, but she couldn't say anything. Someone else confessed they read their partner's journal. 2 years of private thoughts. Violated. And one husband revealed he's been playing a cruel prank on his wife for 2 years straight. Gaslighting her, eroding her trust, all on camera, for millions to see. This isn't therapy. This is a digital confessional with no priest and no privacy. Here's what's actually happening in your brain when you confess. Shame researcher Brené Brown discovered something critical. Shame thrives in secrecy. It grows in the dark. It feeds on silence. But the moment you speak it out loud, shame loses power. That's why confession feels so good. You're not just admitting something, you're killing the monster that's been living in your head. But here's the catch. Confession works when you feel safe, when you trust the person listening, when you know they won't weaponize your vulnerability later. And a camera, a TikTok audience of 15 million strangers, that's not safety, that's performance. This trend taps into something psychologists call parasocial relationships. That's when you form a one sided emotional bond with someone who doesn't know you exist, like a celebrity or a TikTok audience. New research from 2024 found that people rate parasocial relationships as more effective at fulfilling emotional needs than real life acquaintances. You feel closer to a YouTuber you've never met than to your actual neighbor. Why? Because parasocial relationships can't reject you. They can't judge you. They can't hurt you. So when you confess to a camera, you're not really confessing to your partner. You're confessing to an imaginary audience that you think will understand you better than the person sitting next to you. That's why it feels easier to admit something on TikTok than in your therapist's office. The camera becomes a safe stranger, a witness who won't talk back. But here's the problem. The trend that started as cute couple confessions has spawned an entire subgenre called "We Listen and We Don't Judge" Breakup Edition. Videos of couples who tried the trend, heard something they couldn't unhear, and ended their relationship on camera. Psychologist Abigail Lev says the trend isn't as honest as it seems. Quote, "It's not that honest or transparent because most are things that they've done right behind each other's backs. You're not being vulnerable. You're dropping bombs and hiding behind a rule that says your partner can't explode. That's not communication. That's a hostage situation. So why do we keep doing it? Because humans are wired for confession. We can't carry secrets forever. The weight becomes unbearable." A 2024 study found that keeping secrets activates the same parts of your brain as physical pain. Your body literally treats secrecy as injury. So confession isn't just emotional relief, it's physiological. You're healing a wound, but the method matters. Confessing to a trained therapist in a private room, that's surgery. Confessing to your partner on camera for clout, that's ripping off the band-aid in public and hoping it doesn't get infected. Here's the part nobody's talking about. When you confess on camera, you're not just confessing, you're performing confession. You're watching yourself confess. You're aware of the audience. You're thinking about how this will look when you post it. That's not vulnerability. That's theater. Real vulnerability happens when no one's watching, when there's no applause, when the only person who matters is the one sitting across from you. The trend has turned intimacy into content. And that's dangerous, because once you've trained yourself to only be honest when there's an audience, you forget how to be honest when it's just the two of you. So, what's the right way to confess? First, stop recording. If you need a camera to feel brave enough to tell the truth, you're not ready to tell the truth. Second, pick one thing, not 10. One secret, one confession. Give your partner time to process before you pile on more. Third, do it in private. Fourth, prepare for consequences. Confession doesn't erase the action, it just brings it into the light. Your partner gets to decide what happens next. And finally, ask yourself, am I confessing to unburden myself? Or am I confessing because I want to change? If it's the first, you're being selfish. If it's the second, you have a chance. The We listen and we don't judge trend isn't bad because confession is bad. It's bad because it's weaponized honesty. It's turned vulnerability into a transaction. It's made secrets into content. And worst of all, it's convinced millions of people that honesty only counts if someone's watching. But real intimacy doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need a trending sound. It doesn't need 15 million views. It just needs two people brave enough to tell the truth when no one else is listening. Drop a fire emoji if you've ever confessed something you wish you could take back. And if you know someone who's thinking about doing this trend, send them this video, because some things are better said in private.